Hi everyone, welcome to this video. Today I'm gonna do an embroidery project. I have this linen t-shirt. It's by the brand Flax. I got this off of ThreadUp. I like to search this brand especially because a lot of their clothing is 100% linen, which is my favorite type of fabric to embroider on. I'm gonna be making this piece for my mom for Mother's Day, and I'm gonna be recreating an embroidery design that I did probably 6 or 7 years ago. Just a classic folk motif with lots of florals and ferns and leaves. Originally, I had that motif on a dress, so I'm probably going to scale it down a bit for this shirt and have it just be in the center of the shirt. And I'm gonna change the color story a bit, but I still have to go through my threads. That's what I'm gonna be doing, so let's get started. For the colors, I was trying to think of colors that make me think of my mom, so I went with a lot of different pastels, but I have a hard time sticking to just pastels, so I did incorporate a few other darker colors and some bright yellow. I think I grabbed some navy blue to kind of balance out the softer colors. Now that I have my colors picked, I'm going to start drawing the motif on the shirt. I just want to make sure that it's centered, so I am going to use a ruler to measure. Well, basically I'm going to use the ruler to find the center of the shirt. And then once I find the center, that's where I'll start drawing the design. I'm just drawing straight onto the shirt because that's kind of my style and preference, and I'm using a micron pen because it is acid free and it won't bleed if it's washed in cold water. For this specific design, I was looking at that picture from the dress I embroidered a while back, but usually I just kind of make things up as I go along and try to be as symmetrical as I can, starting with the center motif and then working outwards with different leaves, more flowers, more ferns. So you can kind of see I am little by little mirroring the drawing on both sides of that middle flower. Okay, now that the general motif is drawn, I'm going to grab an embroidery hoop to secure the fabric and start stitching. For this piece, besides picking out the colors I wanted to use or a general color story, I did not plan which colors go where, so I'm kind of just going off the cuff with it, choosing colors as I fill in spaces. So I'm going to start off with this bluish green shade and begin by filling in the center of the middle flower. This style of stitch is called the satin stitch, and it is continuous horizontal stitches filling in a shape, and this is the kind of stitch I'll be using to fill in the other petals as well as the leaves. I realize I sometimes forget to mention that I tie off a knot between every color, so I am cutting this thread off after I knot it. I figured since my needle was already threaded in this color, I would also stitch this line where there's like a little berry motif. I'm doing a ladder stitch, which is kind of like a tiny backward stitch, but creeping up a drawn line. It's rather easy, but it is like a little backward stitch. Hopefully the way I explained that made sense, or at least in the video you can see what I'm doing. So when I'm embroidering motifs that are larger than the size of my hoop, I'll move the hoop around the shirt as I fill in with embroidery. So now I'm working on a different section and I'm just trying to distribute all of the different colors I want to use evenly. And besides that, it just takes a lot of patience to continue the process. All of my stitches are pretty simple. It's still the satin stitch. Here's how the finished shirt came out. And I have some footage from Mother's Day. We went to Magic Gardens in Philadelphia. It's on South Street. Really cool, beautiful outsider art, mosaic. Basically a mosaic wonderland. But I have some cute footage of my mom and my sister. The shirt might be a little bit large on my mom, but I'm down to tailor it so that it fits a little bit better for her. But we had a really nice time all together. I'm glad I got to see my family and hang out. And I hope you like this project, and I will see you in the next one soon. Should we do a picture all together?